Hello and welcome to the Strategic Bookkeeper podcast. I ran an event for a partner recently and it has led to getting quite a few questions, comments, suggestions. And I've just opened my email literally now to get a comment from a bookkeeper. Let's call her Jeannie. And I read this and it floored me and it freaked me out because it's wrong. The comment, it's not just wrong, it's a misconception. Believing what has been said in this email, it's a bit like imagine you jumped in the car and you were heading to a particular holiday destination and you had looked it up on the maps or whatever and you thought you knew where you were going, but you were going the wrong way. This is like this, and it breaks my heart when I see this one, okay? Because I know that unless I can redirect your thinking, all right. So as a coach, one of my favorite things ever to do is redirection. So as a coach, it's my job to direct and redirect my beautiful bookkeepers, right? But I get really excited about redirection because it is one thing to provide new direction. That kind of feels like, yay, here it is, off you go, right? But when somebody is making a big effort, like working hard, but actually doing the wrong thing, thinking the wrong way, and I can grab them and go, oh, no, don't go that way, go this way. And then they say, oh my goodness, I just didn't realize, thank you so much. And off they go. And I know that I have just changed their business and life. I think you can probably hear how excited I get. So I know I haven't told you what it is because I want to keep it for the episode, but I'm going to keep this one really short and sweet, and let's jump in so I can tell you. I'm Jeannie Savage, the Strategic Bookkeeper. I've been in practice for 14 years, but more importantly, 5 years in, I achieved a lifestyle practice. This means I scaled my business, could take my hands off the wheel, and draw a nice six-figure income while being time rich. And that's what I call my dream on my terms. I was recently awarded Women in Finance Innovator of the Year, recognizing my book, my podcast, my program, and my impact globally. The Strategic Bookkeeper is my life's work, and the opportunity to help bookkeepers globally achieve the income and lifestyle that sets them free absolutely fills my cup. Please do connect with me on socials at the Strategic Bookkeepers Way private Facebook group, or shoot me an email, hello@thestrategicbookkeeper.global. Okay, so I promise that I'm going to try and keep this one fairly short and sweet and impactful, even though I feel like going on and on because such a misconception in business. So Jeannie, this beautiful bookkeeper, she was at this event that I ran and she just said to me that I'm in my first year of business and there is only me. I simply don't have the funds to buy your system at this stage. Okay. And that what she means by that is my signature program, the Strategic Bookkeeper Transformation Program, which is your choice of, there's an upfront payment fee, which gives you a 10% discount. So you can save a little bit of money, or 80% of our bookkeepers are like I was 14 years ago, and it is far less stressful for me way back then if I could have done what I get you to do now, and that is it's $99 a week. That is US dollars, $99 a week for a lap around the sun with a full money back guarantee that allows you, once you join my program and you hit the ground running, because when you join my program, immediately you get 10 years fast tracked, okay? And I know that because when I look at the results early on, so after I opened the doors in August 2023, and I looked at the results that the tribe got, I stopped, I took a breath, and I realized these were results that I was struggling to get 10 years in, because what I built and tested and refined and served up in the program right at the end, is all of the intellectual property that I built to get the results that I got after 13 years. Okay, so you get 10 years of my experience. Now, the reason I'm really passionate about asking you, like I don't mind what excuse you make or what reason you have for not joining my program. But in terms of I can't afford it, I just want to make this crystal clear to you, black and white. This is not gray. This is information, okay? So the cost of not joining my program is much greater than the cost of joining my program. Okay. And the reason for that, and look, 90% of the bookkeepers that I serve in my program are women. Yeah. So my passion for helping women globally achieve true financial independence. Okay. But women, we are also quite cost focused. And there's an interesting statistic globally that women often find it much harder to find success in their businesses than men. And in my experience in my bookkeeping practice, more than in the strategic bookkeeper, what I noticed is that men are usually prepared to invest in experts and in expertise, whereas women, understandably being the budgeters and cost focused, often want to try and take shortcuts. They try and do things on the cheap, and it leads to them working with amateurs or not getting the support that they need, and then they don't end up thriving in their business. Now, the reason that it is far more expensive for you not to join my program, which I see every day of the week, and I've seen with bookkeepers who've been trying to find success for 20 years, and let me tell you, the global statistic is that 9 out of 10 bookkeepers and business owners generally, so 9 out of 10 bookkeepers will fail to thrive and fail to earn less in their bookkeeping practice than they could in a job, and certainly fail to make time wealth. So that is 9 out of 10 bookkeepers. Now, the reason it is far more expensive not to join my program is because when you go it alone from the beginning, like I did at the beginning. So have you read my book? Because if you haven't read my book, you won't know that I call my first 5 years in business my fuck up years. Now, conservatively, each one of those 5 years, I would have left $100,000 on the table in terms of profitability, not knowing what I know today. Okay. So it is easy to say that you leave 6 figures behind when you go it alone, with systems and processes and a lack of business acumen, etc. Okay. So this bookkeeper, for example, Jeannie, she's in her first year of business. Now, at the moment, based on this email, I don't know where she is. I'm looking at, she's got a logo, she's got a professional email signature, etc. So it certainly looks like she's in practice full time. And so if she is to keep going and working and hustling just like I did early on, I can tell you there is a 90% chance that she'll be. Quick podcast interruption. The doors to the Strategic Bookkeeper Transformation Program are now closed, but you can join the waitlist at the strategicbookkeeper.global/waitlist. When you join the waitlist, you'll get all the information about the program and when the doors are opening next. Now, in the meantime, here's how you can work with me. You can use my book, you can use this podcast, or you can join our starter membership, which you're going to find at the strategicbookkeeper.global/starter. Now, the starter membership is an amazing place to start. It is $59 for 12 months access, and that is a one-time payment, okay? Inside the starter membership, you are going to get access to an entire vault full of tools and resources that you can use alongside my book to thrive in practice, plus a monthly mastermind with me. Back to the podcast. There is a 90% chance that she'll be a bookkeeper who continues to work hard without reaping the real benefits, of the work, okay? Whereas if Jeannie joins my program, she is going to get 10 years worth of my experience bundled into education, assets, implementation, team, and support, okay? So education is the academy that will blow your mind, and I know that because 100% of my tribe members that join say that it just so massively exceeds their expectations, right? So it's been described as a done-for-you bookkeeping practice, and everything's inside there. But then you get the digital assets, the collateral, okay? And then you get the implementation coaching support week on week to make it all work. You've got the team behind the scenes that you could not pay to recruit yourself. So marketing copywriter, veteran coach, graphic designer, branding specialist, systems and team specialist, and so on and so on and so on, okay? And then the support, the proven support that a mastermind of successful people that you surround yourself with does, okay? So I'm not going to go on and on. I'm going to keep this podcast super short, but here's what I want you to consider. I want you to take a breath, and I want you to consider that what I'm sharing with you here is not opinion. Yeah, it's fact. The cost of joining my program, and by all means, don't join my program, okay? But don't lie to yourself that the cost of not joining my program is so much higher than the cost of joining it, okay? If you're not going to join my program, that is totally up to you. But for me to allow you to think that you can't afford the program, when the fact is the program is going to return you so much more money than you spend on it. It comes with a full money back guarantee, okay? But we see bookkeepers. I could show you emails from bookkeepers, in my inbox that say, Jeannie, I just made the entire year program fee back in the first week, okay? And that is something that we get frequently enough from bookkeepers, okay? Not every day, but we get it frequently enough. And then we get bookkeepers in the private Facebook group that will be telling me about their wins. And sometimes I even ask them, give me a bit more information. Can you quantify before and after? How many $1,000 was that? Okay. And then there's all the other bookkeepers just telling me about the wins. One of them recently was a $12,000 upgrade for a client. I think she would have made out of the program, her and I are working together quite closely at the moment. And I would say conceivably in the last 9 months, it would have to be at least 50,000, if not more, like could be in the six figures. Okay. So if you imagine a prospective client knocks on your door tomorrow, what you are going to do with that prospective client, if you are in my program versus if you are not in my program, is so vastly different, okay? So if you're struggling with the cash flow to part with the money to afford the program, I get that, okay? But $99 a week, many of us are wasting that kind of money on a lot of things. But I just want to be crystal clear, whether it's cash flow, whether it's fear, doubt, insecurity, indecision, whatever it is, the cost of not joining my program is much higher than the cost of joining my program. Now, if you've listened to this podcast and you've got comments, questions, suggestions, you want to agree with me, you want to disagree with me, whatever it is, you can jump into the Strategic Bookkeepers Way Facebook group. You can post in there. You can drop me an email. You can connect with me on socials. You can send me a pigeon mail. You can do whatever you like, and I'll see you in the next episode. Okay, my friend, now it is time to take action. So what are you going to do with what you learned today? The way I see it, you've got two options. You can go it alone to try and save some money, or you can back yourself and go for it and join my tribe. And let me tell you, we are knocking it out of the ballpark. That's not a sales pitch. That is me serving you, dare I say, courageously. To find success, I 100% know you need the mechanics, which is like the keys to the kingdom, but you also need to get your mindset right and be super productive. And these are all things I help you with inside the program. I could go on about this forever because I really want this for you. Have a prosperous week, and I'll see you in the next episode.